the Chase Thomas Podcast, for people who have nothing but time to kill.
Their first 2 weeks last year.
That's a fair point. We shall see, sir. Keeping it moving, a Pac-12, Big 12 matchup, a future Big 10, Big 12 matchup. Oregon at Texas Tech. We got another home dog on our hands, sir. I thought about this one. I looked at Texas Tech and, obviously lost to Wyoming, was triple overtime last week, and that's not how they wanted to start the season. As a little dark horse in the Big 12, a lot of preseason buzz about what Texas Tech could be. 6.5. I look at what this Oregon team did a week ago, and obviously the competition is going to be a little bit better. They scored 81 points. What do they have? 13 drives in that game, 11 touchdowns. They scored on their first 10 drives of the game. I just think this Oregon team is too good. I think it could be a game. It's going to be we got a game for 2 quarters or so, 3 quarters maybe, but I think Oregon pulls away. So I think Oregon's this offense is too much. I think they're going to get enough stops to take care of Texas Tech. Maybe like a 38-21, 38-20 kind of game.
Wow. Here's where I this is my big one. My upset special of the weekend, Matt Green.
Wow.
Everyone's gone way too far on Oregon. Oregon just beat the crap out of Portland State, whoever it was.
I think that's who it was.
Great. Great. Do you know who they're not going to beat this week? A pissed off Texas Tech team that, hey, had the balls to schedule Laramie, Wyoming in their opener at night and weirdness. They were up 17-0 early. Remember, they jumped on Wyoming. They looked good out of the gate. Tyler Shough, formerly a big-time recruit for Oregon. Big transfer in this game. 2 mighty transfers with Shough and Bo Nix in this one. I have a hard time seeing a Texas Tech team that I thought was going to go 9-3, 10-2 this year. Starts off 0-2. I think a lot of people sold Texas Tech off where they're like, oh, that's what we get for buying into Joe McGuire in this group. This is a revenge game. Shough was replaced. He wants to get back. This is a home game for Texas Tech. This is their Super Bowl. Oregon at home here? This is a big one. Oregon's top 10 team, CFP playoff team from a lot of people. I think Josh Pate had him in his playoff before the year got started here. He threw for 338 yards last week, 3 touchdowns. I think this offense is very good. I think there's an overcorrection on Oregon. Oregon's not there yet. I think this was the worst case scenario for Oregon right out of the gate, was Texas Tech losing in heartbreaking fashion, throwing the game away really against Wyoming late. I think they bounce back in a major way and they win this game outright. I'm going to say Texas Tech 35, Oregon 31.
Wow, that is a hot take right there, sir. I like the Ducks this year, just shy of the playoff. I think I picked them to win the Pac-12. We both picked to win the Pac-12, right?
Yes, and they still can. This is a non-conference game,
of course. Keeping it moving. Another home dog. We got the Wisconsin Badgers going out to Pullman, Washington to face the Cougars, one of the only teams left out in the Pac-12, whatever you want to call the Pac-2. Washington State's a 6.5-point home dog in this one. They won this game a year ago at Wisconsin, 17-14. This is a game I've gone back and forth on. I think I've talked about how much I like Luke Fickell and Tanner Mordecai coming over. Looked a little shaky last week, threw 2 interceptions, and that's while the team was rushing for 300 yards. He threw 2 interceptions in a game like that. So I feel like year one, I think weird things happen for coaches in year one, not necessarily reflective of how good of coaches they are. The fact that Washington State won this game a year ago and now they're going to be at home versus Wisconsin, I feel like weird things happen in Pullman, Washington. This feels like Washington's going to bring them down in the trench, or Washington State's going to bring them down in in the trenches with them. And this feels like it's going to be an ugly, like a 16-13 kind of game. Maybe even Cam Ward goes off and they score a few more points. But I think he's just he's a dangerous quarterback that can make some plays. And I think there's something too kind of going out West Coast, like going on the road this early in the season, this early in Luke Fickell's tenure. I think I'm going to have to take another home dog. I'm going to go with Washington State to beat Wisconsin.
Wow. Back to back. Because the Cougs beat them in what?